I'm reading 2 Timothy 2, 16 and 17. It says, "But avoid worldly and empty chatter, for it will lead to further ungodliness, and their talk will spread like gangrene. Among them are Hymenaeus and Philetus, men who have gone astray from the truth, claiming that the resurrection has already taken place, and they are jeopardizing the faith of some." Interestingly, preterists will use this as saying, oddly enough, that this proves that the resurrection is spiritual, not literal, bodies rising up from the ground, etc. What I find humorous is that these men were undoubtedly using that argument to say that the resurrection already took place because there hadn't been any physical resurrection from the dead. And so they flip it and they say, well, this proves that it's a spiritual resurrection because these heretics wouldn't have been able to convince anyone had that not been the case, which is exactly what they were probably doing in order to convince people. And Paul's warning against that and calling it gangrene. If we go to 1 Thessalonians, we note that Paul talks about the coming of the Lord, and he says, again, that we don't want you to be uninformed, brothers. This is 1 Thessalonians 4:13. We don't want you to be uninformed about those who are asleep, so that you will not grieve, as indeed the rest of mankind do, who have no hope. For if we believe that Jesus died and rose from the dead, so also God will bring with him those who have fallen asleep through Jesus. And then in 4:16 it says, "For the Lord himself will descend from heaven, and with a shout, with the voice of the archangel, and with the trumpet of God, and the dead in Christ shall rise first. Then we who are alive and remain will be caught up in the air together with him in the clouds to meet the Lord in the air. And so we will be with the Lord always." This definitely shows exactly what we hear in Acts when Jesus departed, flying up through the air into the clouds. The angels told the disciples that he will return in the same manner that he departed, in the sky, visibly, into the clouds. So he will return in the sky, visibly in the clouds. So the preterist position is indeed gangrene and should be avoided. And anyone teaching that should be completely ignored in favor of what the Bible clearly teaches.